Hello and welcome to KLM Institute.
Today we bring you a major global development that could directly affect international trade, healthcare costs, and millions of jobs, including many in India. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has announced a fresh wave of new import tariffs, targeting key sectors like pharmaceuticals, heavy trucks, and kitchen cabinets. These new tariffs are set to take effect from October 1st. Let's break it down. In his latest move, Trump declared that the U.S. will impose a 100% import tariff on branded pharmaceutical products, mainly targeting countries like India, Germany, Ireland, and Switzerland, major exporters of medicines to the U.S. In addition to that, a 25% tariff will be applied to heavy trucks, 50% on kitchen cabinets and bathroom vanities, and 30% on upholstered furniture. These tariffs are being imposed under a national security clause, giving the administration authority to target sectors considered vital to American interests. Let's talk about why this matters, especially for India. India is one of the largest pharmaceutical exporters to the U.S., with annual exports of over $8 billion USD. Indian companies supply around 40% of the generic drugs used in the American healthcare system. Globally, the U.S. imports about $17 billion worth of pharmaceutical products from Ireland, over $14 billion from Germany, around $10 billion from Switzerland, and about $8 billion from India. So, this move doesn't just affect India, it has wide global implications. The new tariffs could significantly increase the cost of Indian drugs in the U.S. market. This might make Indian medicines less competitive compared to American-made alternatives or drugs from countries with favorable trade agreements. Indian pharmaceutical giants like Sun Pharma, Drive, Reddy's, and Cipla, who rely heavily on U.S. exports, might face a financial hit. There could be job losses in the Indian pharma sector if companies are forced to cut costs or scale back production due to lower export volumes. But it's not just India. In the U.S. itself, the move could increase healthcare costs, limit medicine availability, and cause job losses in sectors that depend on imported raw materials and finished products, including hospitals, pharmacies, and logistics. The kitchen cabinet and furniture sectors, which are heavily dependent on imports from countries like China, Vietnam, and Mexico, may also see higher prices for consumers and business disruptions. Globally, this announcement has sent shockwaves across markets. Experts are warning of a potential trade war revival, especially if affected countries retaliate with their own tariffs on American goods. Some U.S. pharmaceutical companies may welcome the protectionism, but others who rely on Indian APIs, active pharmaceutical ingredients, may suffer due to supply chain disruptions. Economists and trade analysts say this move is likely aimed at bringing manufacturing back to the U.S. and appealing to domestic voters. But the timing and targeting suggest it could hurt American consumers in the short term, especially with already rising medical and transport costs. For India, this is a wake-up call to diversify export markets and accelerate its own domestic pharmaceutical infrastructure for innovation and high-end drug manufacturing. So, what does all this mean for you? Whether you're a student, a business owner, or someone preparing for competitive exams, keep an eye on this story. Because trade policies like these don't just change prices, they reshape economies, affect job markets, and redraw global supply chains. We'll continue to follow this story closely. Don't forget to stay informed and stay prepared. Thank you for listening. This is KLM Institute.